Hey guys, Judd Xavier here with another wristwatch video. It's a special video. I'm here with one of my best buddies, Mark Reyes. I've known him for many years, and I would like to say we've developed quite a taste for wrist candy and wristwatches and whiskey. So what do we got here, Mark?
So we're drinking some Johnnie Walker Double Black right now.
Ooh.
So it's a tasty beverage. I hadn't really heard of it before about a year ago, but my cousin bought me a bottle for my birthday, so I say we kick it off with a cheers.
All right.
Salud,
yeah.
Fred.
Salud. Oh yeah.
A little smoky.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very smooth.
It's right in your palate. You know, the smoky hits you right there.
None of that
and
bad
just,
aftertaste.
Not at all. Not
it's
at all.
smooth. It's nice. And for actually high-end Scotch, it's actually not that expensive.
So this is Johnnie Walker Black Label.
Double Black.
Double Black.
Double Black.
Well, let me enjoy this while we talk about the wristwatch today.
Absolutely, let's do it.
This is a really, really nice wristwatch. A little bit of history. It's a Reverso, tribute to 1931. So, yeah. So what this watch represents for Mark, there's a nice story behind it. What made you choose the Reverso out of the many watches out there?
Yeah, I mean, well, so it was a good question. So, I mean, obviously, we went watch shopping. I took the most knowledgeable guy I knew, and that was Judd. So he knew more than most of the proprietors at the watch stores, so that was a fun experience. The whole impetus for buying the watch was actually my grandfather had passed away. And he left a little bit of money, and I wanted to get something that I could remember him by. And a watch, being into watches, a watch seemed like a logical choice. It's something that lasts for generations. It's something you can always wear and always have. And
when you hit me up as to what watch you wanted, you really wanted a rectangular watch. So
yeah, I mean, it was just something different. I had a Rolex, I had an Omega Seamaster, I had a Longines, and all of them were your standard circular watches. Mm-hmm. And I have to wear a suit a lot, and not that they look bad with it, but I feel like your classic, simple, rectangular watch looks good. And so, while maybe not exactly what I was looking for, you always see like those Cartier tank watches, and it's like, okay, well, cool, something.
We did go to Cartier.
We did go to Cartier.
We had some Hampton, some Baume Messier.
I mean, we looked at a lot of watches that day.
Yeah.
But there was just something about the JLC when I saw it.
We even looked at the Monaco, the Tag Heuer Monaco.
Yeah, I mean, I think we went to like 6 different stores that day.
Right.
And yeah,
just to see it in the metal and see how it feels, and you really stopped into this one, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to look anywhere else.
Exactly. I mean, this one.
We did go to the Cartier, and you said, yay.
This one from the moment I put it on my wrist.
Each brand, JLC in particular, they have their iconic pieces, and that definitely is a iconic piece there. It definitely has a presence to it. It's sharp, and it's just a really, really comfortable piece. It's really thin, and you can see that they really paid tribute to the vintage 1931 with the gilt markings on the outside here, and the aged lume. How is this lume at night? Do you see it at all?
I do actually. It's not. I mean, I won't say it's cheesy bright. It's just enough so you can see it, which is actually perfect for me.
The mere fact that this wristwatch has lume,
Yeah, personally, I'm slightly embarrassed if my watch is going to illuminate the room. So it's just bright enough that you can see what time it is.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. What I like about the JLC is it's beautiful but understated. But if you know your watches,
oh yeah.
Like, so I distinctly remember, and I told Judd this shortly after I got it. I wore this to a work event. And it wasn't a formal event per se, but I was wearing a jacket, and I kind of reached out to shake someone's hand, and one of the vice presidents from the other company kind of grabbed my wrist, and he just said to me, "That's baller." Like he knew exactly what it was. So if you're in the know, it's amazing. People respect it. It's classy and understated. but the average person just says, "Oh yeah, no, that's sleek, that's nice."
Nice.
But they don't really know any better because while JLC is very much a premium brand, it maybe doesn't have the wide notoriety. Everyone knows what a Rolex is. Absolutely, right. Everybody knows what a Rolex is. So they see that on your wrist and they say, "Oh, okay."
Okay, yeah.
But a real watch aficionado, they'll recognize this and respect it.
They will. I mean, and then for them to come up to you and say, "Hey," that there's automatically that bonding that takes place when
it was pretty cool.
Like,
it was pretty interesting, and it was like I felt like, okay, yeah, I know something. I mean, credit to you on that one. But I was like,
I heard a little history. 1931, polo players would turn the face inside on the Reverso, and that would be the sport watch because that wouldn't damage the crystal.
Great little party gimmick. People love this. When people say, "Yeah, nice watch," you can always say, "Hey, yeah, guess what? I've been meaning to get the back engraved as well.
Right.
I still haven't figured out the right thing to get engraved, but yeah, definitely a neat little thing about the timepiece that makes it a little more unique as well.
Right.
It's always nice to have those things that have that little history. You can always tell that little anecdote, like, this watch was worn by polo players.
Right.
In order to avoid smashing the face of their watch.
Right.
They were able to reverse it.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That is just...
so it's fun to have those stories. Like the origination of a lot of these diver watches, because they were actually... people used to dive with them.
Right.
So it's just kind of cool to learn the histories of how some of these watches came to be.
Finishing, and you would have thought that it would actually turn over. I mean.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, because it's so sturdy,
so
right?
Sturdy, yeah.
Like, if you had told me, like, hey, there's this watch that the face flips over, I'd be like, okay, that's a janky piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, not at all. It's a well built, sturdy watch,
and me, I like fidgeting.
You do like fidgeting.
Fidgeting, and in this particular timepiece, what I would catch myself doing is I would just flip it over and flick it into place, and that nice detent in there, and that click.
That's what my wife does when she plays with my watch, and I have to tell her to stop. I do have to tell her to stop.
Now, do you wind it by hand at all? I mean,
I do wind it by hand. I'm not. Should do it so it continuously goes.
This has a nice little click to it.
It feels nice. When you wind it, like, when I do it, I usually do it with my right thumb. I'm kind of holding my hand.
Yeah.
And there is a nice feel to it.
What a great feeling to that. I mean, just you hear it. I mean, it's a loud click.
Yeah.
It's
there's something like a little satisfying.
Yeah, and the strap is made for it. It just
it's a beautiful strap.
The tolerances, the case tolerances. How it flips over. You can't tell because it's just so flush, and there's no and then how these straps just slide up the lugs.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful strap there.
There's no other strap. I think maybe there's a few straps that would work with this, but it definitely has to be by JLC. I think personally, I don't know. It's just made for this watch. I love how it just tapers ever so slightly. Just stemming from these tapered lugs. What a cool piece, man!
Yeah,
I mean,
really
look at that. You could just get lost in that inky black dial.
Yeah, no, it's so beautiful.
Right.
Like every time I put it on after several years.
Yeah.
I kind of think, oh wow, this is such a cool piece.
Yeah. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you for hanging out and sharing, your collection with me. And again, what a great collection for anyone looking to collect wristwatches. I mean, this is a really cool setup here. You have your dress pieces, you have your sport piece, you have your all around everyday wear in terms of the Longines and the tag.
And then of course one supplements with their your Seikos and your other watches that are like high quality, but within the price range of most folks. I mean, particularly if you keep your eye out for like the great sales that say you can find places on something like that. So you supplement your nicer pieces with high quality, very affordable pieces.
Yeah.
And so then you can really round it out and say like, hey, I really have a watch for absolutely every day, every event that I can possibly have.
the JLC Grande Reverso Ultra Thin Tribute to 1931. This is probably the most iconic timepieces, and very significant in that it was originally developed for the British Army polo players stationed in India. These service members wanted a watch to be able to withstand sports, namely polo, and be worn also as a dress watch. So this watch ultimately delivered with its perfectly dimensioned, perfect case dimensions, with 46.8 millimeter lug to lug and 27.4 millimeter thickness. The thin 7.27 height sits elegantly on top of the wrist. And as far as the in-house caliber manual wind, it gets a 45-hour power reserve and a 30-meter water resistant. This can be found around $7,000, and you would be accepted into the gentleman's club with this piece. This Art Deco piece sits proudly on wrist, along with the likes of Patek and Breguet and Audemars Piguet. It's understated, it's versatile, and you can wear it with formal attire, business casual, even casual. After all, it started out as a sports watch. So, well, thanks for hanging out with Mark and I. It was truly enjoyable to review this watch. Till next video, please like and subscribe. See you then.